if you're not earning any money, then you don't have a business, you basically have a hobby. And I mean, that is fine. Like if you want to create content, for example, like for fun, then perfect. But like if you really want to do this full time and earn a full-time online income, then you have to understand something. And that is that business, it doesn't go in phases. A business, it goes in components. It is one as a whole. Like, because most people, they think, okay, oh, awesome. So first I'm going to start making YouTube videos and build my YouTube channel and not worry about anything else. And then once I've built a YouTube channel, what I will do is I will create an offer. And once I created an offer, what I will do is I will convert the people. But this is the totally wrong way to go about it, because like I said, the business, it doesn't go in phases, it goes in components. You have to balance all three of these components. It is a system basically. Because let me explain. First, let's break down the business using first principle thinking. First principle thinking is basically a really foundational way of thinking, bringing something back to the basics until nothing more can be removed. And basically, this is what Elon Musk. This is what Elon Musk used to become like the richest guy in the world, because when he wanted to colonize Mars basically, and in order to do that he needed to send rockets to space. His initial plan was to buy rockets from Russia, but those rockets were really expensive, and if he would have done that he would probably gone bankrupt by now. So instead, he hired a team of engineers and he used first principle thinking to basically think, okay, so what exactly do we need in order to build a functioning rocket? And he noticed that the combined price of all of the parts were like 50 times as cheap as if he would have bought the rocket from Russia. So this saved him like 5,000% in material costs. So first principle thinking is a really foundational and effective way of thinking. And when we apply this to business, like what exactly do we need in order to have a functioning business and an online business in particular? And you basically need the following three things. You need this is horrible. I need to get another marker. You basically need, let me do it like this. You need to attract, you need to attract first of all the right leads to your brand. Then once you're able to attract the right leads, you need a funnel or like a flow in order to convert them. And once you converted them, you need to be able to deliver. Because like if and more specifically like over delivering, because if we are able to over deliver, that is how we could get a good word of mouth effect. Because picture this, like when you're walking inside of a restaurant, for example, and you order a steak, but you get some kind of eyeball soup and you get food poisoning. Like that is a example of under delivering. What will you do? You will leave a bad review. You will tell all of your friends like what a horrible experience you had, and it is not good for the restaurant. When you are delivering, like you order a steak and you get a nice steak, it is not the best, it's a bit overdone, but still you're full, you're content. That is like the delivering. But when you over deliver, when you get like this amazing steak, this big steak with like golden flakes and stuff like that, and when and then like you get a free dessert, for example, and the waiters are really nice, then the restaurant is over delivering. What will you do? You will leave a 5-star review. You will tell all of your friends, oh, check out this restaurant, this is amazing. And you will leave and you will become like a repeated customer. And so that is why we want to over deliver, because we want to create a good word of mouth effect. So if these are the first principles, basically, so we need to attract the right leads to our brand, we need a funnel or a flow to convert them, and then we need to be able to over deliver. You don't have a business when one of these things is missing, because like right here, because you want to earn money. You want to earn money. If, for example, wait, does this one work again? If the attract, yeah, okay, so let's say you are building a YouTube channel and you're not really focusing on something else. Let's say, for example, your attract is a 5 because you have maybe 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You're getting some. Oh, this is horrible. Attract is a 5, for example, and if then the delivery, if the delivery is maybe like because okay, you've built a YouTube channel, so you are able to solve like somewhat decent problems, somewhat valuable problems, so your delivery is like a 2. But if you are not able to convert anyone, then the conversion is a 0. And then let me do this. Okay, so then here after this is basically yeah, this is basically the graph. And once so basically the business is a component, and you have to multiply these. So if you do 5 multiplied by 0, it is 0. Multiplied by 2, it is still 0. So the results is here literally like nothing. You don't have a functioning business. But like when you optimize these things, for example, when you have money here, okay, and even though, let's say for example, you don't spend as much time on YouTube, and this is like a 2, for example, because you don't have a nice YouTube channel, but you are able to attract some leads because you do networking. Then what you then do basically, like if your convert is a 2, and if you delivery is also a 2. So in this scenario, you are less likely to attract the right leads. You are but like your conversion is also not too much, and your delivery is also a 2. When we do this, 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. You will literally make an infinitely more amount of money than the one who only optimize the attraction and a bit of the delivery, but who lacks basically the conversion. So this is something that you really need to understand. So everything that you do, and then you can think, okay, so what is high leverage? Well, the most highest leverage thing that you can do is to discover the bottleneck. like what is the bottleneck that is stopping me from actually achieving the goal. And if the goal is money, for example, then the biggest bottleneck here is the conversion. So you need to learn how to convert people actually, but yeah, in a way that fits you. And then, like in this case, it's basically like whatever you want, right? You could either do the attract, do the convert, do the deliver. So in the bottleneck, how you can basically identify the biggest bottleneck is see what is optimized the least. Here, the conversion is optimized the least, so that should be the main focus, the main bottlenecks that you will fix. Here it is the attract, but the attract is the most optimized, so you shouldn't worry about the attract at all. This should be your main focus. Here, like of course, nothing is really like similar, because there will always be things that are more optimized and there will always be things that are less optimized. But yeah, you basically get the point. So every time that you then optimize something, let's say, okay, like I have a decent offer, but I want to improve the delivery, for example, and you make it to a 4, then this will be a lot easier, because this will be like more easier, because you will do 2 times 2 times 4 is 16. So by like making only like optimizing the delivery, you get twice as much money basically if you do this times 2, but you can optimize this one and this one as well. And eventually what starts to happen is this self-fulfilling prophecy. I will not use black anymore. My apologies for this atrocious marker. So what will start to happen is there will be this self-fulfilling prophecy, because like here are the for example, this is if you get more clients, at first you won't have a lot of clients, but you just want to have you just want to start the ball rolling, because once you have more clients, then what will happen is you will get more feedback. Because the thing about this is like we can assume, we can try to make something good, but we don't know if it is actually good. The only way to find out is to test it, to actually help some clients, because by helping clients you get direct feedback from them, and then you can iterate over time. So if you have more clients, then you have more feedback. Once you have more feedback, you will basically your offer will become better. So so your offer will become better, and then once your offer is better, the clients will get better results. Your clients will get better results, and what happens if your clients get better results? Well, then you have more proof, and you basically have more clients, because you have more proof, then your offer becomes more attractive, then you get more clients. So this is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And when you have more proof, then your YouTube channel, it will start to become better as well. Because like let's check the most popular creators, for example, like Alex Hormozi. Why does Alex Hormozi do so well? Because he has a lot of proof. He literally built a $100 million company. Not saying we should build a $100 million company as well before we start to actually make content about it, but we can leverage this. So even if you have like a couple of clients, you can use that proof. Once you have that proof, the people will think you're more credible about what you're saying, and you are more credible because you will have more feedback, so your offer will be better. And yeah, like that is why you shouldn't wait on actually starting your business. So don't focus on content first, then the offer, then the signing clients. No, do everything all at once. Find out what the biggest bottleneck is and solve it, and get your first client as fast as possible. Because once you have your first client as fast as possible, then everything starts to speed up, because you get more feedback, your offer will become better, you have better results, YouTube will become better, you will get more leads, and this is like basically a self-fulfilling prophecy. So yeah, bye.